follows a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. The sweet smell of those fresh cut greens on the first or second tee. That's where we're at in Albatross August. For some, it's the first tee. For some, it's the second tee. But no matter what, you're on the tee box with water lurking around every bend. We'll start it off with Nick, who's going to enter that first hole. He's on a by island. Nothing to worry about in the country club lounge. Perhaps maybe getting a sip of water. Or just enjoying the luxuries of the country club itself. Or maybe looking outside at a pristine view. And what does he see in that pristine view? Wait a minute. There's a little red mist coming from the old sky. What is that? That's a rematch in sight. And for Nick, he knows a big game matters about two things today. Of course, getting some revenge, best served cold, and that regular season championship. But for that red mist, there's one thing you already got to remember about him. He got his warm-up shots in the driving range. He took care of business. He's on the second tee in a sense. Now, sure, he's one hole ahead of Nick in terms of winning this series 1-0 so far in his career. But when the pressure's on the line, the bubble could be bursting at any moment. He knows today is a big solidification day to put the fork in the water. Everybody, welcome to the Water Hazard, the old tee box. It's Albatross August. We're back and better than ever after a crazy first round of, well, maybe I would have called it the Silent 64, unfortunately. We're back with the tee box 32, and we got some real good players in the mix. Top 15 game. One of the two games that are in the top 25 ranked games in general. We got Nick coming in here at 24 career wins, Red 7, of course, rookie season, 31 combined. Red did take care of business against Nick. That was 6-4. Classic. And that was in the old Final Four. But now it's a different beast. It's a best of 7. Intensity is ramped up. Well, before we get into that old stinging, let's see what we got going on in terms of the bubble. What happened in that last round? Just a quick recap. Obviously, nothing to do with the regular season. 1st through 10th were pretty much on a bye. We had a bunch of people lose, and it was all 16th through 25th. We had Captain go down. Obviously, we knew Monkey went down and Cody Smart wasn't playing. We lost Luke. We lost Yepez. We lost Rogers in interesting fashion. We didn't really see players such as, unfortunately, Andy due to a DQ win, and we had Tapir on a bye. So really, who were the big winners last round? And the following people that made it far. Anybody 11th and 14th, so that was Taco, Red, as I said, and Ard, but Caesar lost. So Caesar, and Lane as well won. So Caesar's now on the quote-unquote bubble. We'll see what happens there. And then you got the guys that are in the back, right? Ghost, Tago, Lamas. Those guys, well, they get 1 or 2 more wins. They start to make the party interesting, especially with guys ahead. Same with Andy. It's Tapir coming back. The party could get interesting on that bubble. So we'll see. But today, there's 7 other games. We'll talk about the schedule maybe throughout the entire match because it's going to be a long, drawn-out schedule today in old MRE Uno. Thanks to Taco Cube Jr. Appreciate the legend for, of course, getting the intro. Joining me on the scene is my man Yoshi. Yoshi, it's pretty simple, buddy. This is not a a game you see normally in T5 when it's top 15. Usually we get a top 15 game maybe at the finale or a final. This is rare. We do have another one, which we'll talk about maybe during the schedule, which we'll get through. But your thoughts on these two? Obviously, a best of 11, Red won in interesting fashion because Nick was dominating that series, and all of a sudden, the old whiplash came in. But you don't have to worry about that because if this was a best of 7, then Nick would have won. Thoughts on this rematches? We've seen plenty of rematches throughout this entire league. How does this one play out in your opinion? Appreciate it, Yoshi. Well, Nick, I'll go to you first, buddy. Obviously, regular season on the line. If you play like you did last time against Red, you would technically win the series because I'm pretty sure you're up 4-0. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then the whiplash came in. Try to do some homework as always. Correct. Okay. So again, if you win this, if you do what you did last time, theoretically you win. But how have you seen the evolution of Red? Obviously, you probably have been the star-studded guy when it comes to these big matchups. I'd say you've been definitely one of the guys. We know Allen's been one of those guys this year. Uh, Mark and myself have been more low key about it in terms of maybe those stream games, but you definitely on a stream per se have been more of the guy to be in the spotlight. You know this moment. How do you try to compensate and compartmentalize the scenery as you look to go on some dish cold served against Red? Red, simply for you, you're on the second tee, man. Yes. You're on the second tee. You had your first tee shot, obviously a lot different. Lara's such an interesting player. That game was going to be about drag and drop. This is a different beast. What are you looking forward to, especially on upper tier? Because we know Nick is going to put some work in on that upper tier. He's the man at that. That's the thing, Yoshi. With card star variety, Red was not afraid to change it up in that best of 11. The problem is in a best of 11, there's I call exploratory game. I know there's a feeler, but the first 2 or 3 games you can really be in exploratory mode. We saw it with a lot of finales in the past. We've seen it with, when Mark won his regulars, he won his championship. Steve won the championship. He won that. Really, we saw Allen against Red. Allen tried some exploratory things. Sure, he was up 1-0, and against my game against Allen in the finale. Best of 11, you can try some things. Best of 7, it's back to the grind. And you got to understand, this is nothing like Super League. There's no tune-up here. These guys are playing for something more than just a Super League appearance, because Super League, every game is played. Right, there's 8 games. All of them have to be played. This is a best of 7. The most you can get is 7. The least you can get is 4. There's no accolades. I think both these guys have learned and evolved. Obviously, when you have a 13-win season, and Nick, and you played, 118 games, there's not much you can really say on evolution. You played so much. Um, and Red, on the other hand, he's fighting for his life. And here's what you want to go ahead and read that? Go ahead. Yoshi, go ahead and read it. Go. T15. Yeah, appreciate that from Nick. And that's it, right? It's an old revenge game. And when it's a revenge game, a lot of things can and will happen. Anything can happen. We've seen a lot of rematches. Last round, we were supposed to get a couple. I think some may have happened, some may have not. Who knows with last round? But in a rematch, anything go. We're going to see a massive rematch, of course, when we wait for Red to type. Coming up, the next game is G Lamas. And if you know anything about the lore in this league, those two guys, there's some friction. And there's a lot of friction there. So that's going to be a war. I used to say a war on I-4 when G was down there in Florida, but not anymore. Then after that, Mark Background. We talked about the regular season battle. Well, half of that's going to be played today, and Mark Background. Can Background get out of round two? We're going to find out. Mark coming in here, a lot of momentum, number one player. We'll see if he can keep that. 3 o'clock sharp. Next stream game, Nam and DJ will be 4 o'clock. Obviously, nothing really DJ can do other than just keep winning. He needs to at least Elite Eight, as we'll hear get Red's thought. The problem with me is the only thing that's holding me back is the Q2. Only thing that's holding me in the bubble is the two Q1 wins in T3. Nick concluded, this is a do or die match. If I lose, I'm probably very chance Super League. Nick's a good player. He's on 13 games. He's not an easy guy to beat. I need to do my best to avoid mistakes and play the best Uno I can play to get here alive and keep it a little longer to Super League. Yeah, I think it will come down to what do you take from that first match as a back burner? Maybe there's a move or two you may have in the pocket, but otherwise you have to adapt to the quicker game. It's going to be a quicker series. Best of 11 is an endurance battle. Best of 7 is a short sprint in a sense. So let's get to it. Yoshi's my caddy, but Joao is my, I guess, golf cart driver. Can't lie. When I'm on the golf course, I don't like to take the golf cart. I like to walk. It's better for you and it's healthier for you. Let's KT. That's how we live. All right, let's do it, Nick. You know the drill, buddy. I've done this. I feel like forever at this rate with 118 games down. What do you got, my friend? On game numero uno. Like we already know. Really? So we're going to try. Okay, so he's going to spice it up. This is interesting. Usually he goes with that full send, so he's going to try something a little unique, Yoshi. Wow, you got a scoreboard, by the way? Please tell me you do. Appreciate you, man. All right, let's get it. Yeah, green nine be the Brian card to start with. I do miss the cards. I hopefully we can do something JavaScript. I'm trying to get somebody on JavaScript for at least the last tournament. Super. Anyway, well, Yoshi, this is not what I had in the playbook. Maybe Nick's trying to fake me out, psych me out. Let's see. Or maybe he's trying this more metronomic. We've seen a lot lately. A lot of players have been using metronomic styles, not going with the 15 cent right away, trying things a little bit cleaner. Maybe getting used to red, maybe going lower. I'm not sure. We can say a lot of stuff here as red goes for a double. Yeah, that was a no-brainer. That was a no-brainer. Double play, it's top decks. Now, you gotta think when red does a double, maybe he'll save one. Nick with the topper. Red with. Okay. Okay, I know where Brian's and Yepez is running through. Let's see if Red can get the switch on his 9. He does to Allen. He loves red. We know he loves that color. That's why they call him the red man. No, he does. Is he low, though? Here comes red. He's got the possession arrow. Keep in mind. This should get him the dose, maybe even check. Everyone's in the red zone. When you have a 7 card start red zone, forget it. Red zone's in the immediate play. Here comes red. Can he do it right here? Can he finish it off on this run? Does it just need a one lock and key for the win? He does, and that's man. Okay, I don't have anything. Okay, 7 cards. Nick gamble. I mean, I guess I'll go Nick. You gambled on the 7. Was that just maybe trying to get a feel for something he could do lower? Or that just try something different in the sense that, hey, instead of the 15, let's spice it up. What was the theory behind the start? Or one of the no commenters? That's all I got. I don't have anything on the game. That was just Okay, Blitz Plan A. Got you. Ooh, so you got a top deck Brian 9, and that allowed the enabled. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they got top decks. The ultimately is just the number top deck was stronger for red. All right, well, red can't do 7 for game 3, but we're back to Nick for the next call. Nick, free board, free range. What are we thinking here? That's more Nick. Yeah, that's more Nick. Full send. Get it in the chat. Lock and load. Well, that's what you expect here. Send it, 15th hole, par 4. You got to send it right here. You just lost that first hole on that par 4. You just bogeyed that. You got to get it back with the potential bird, maybe even an eagle. Let's see what he can do. By the way, next round is called the Scramble 16. For those of you wondering, what the heck is that? There's a term in golf called a scramble. It's a game of 4 players golfing. It's alternate shot, 2 teams of 2, basically, and they just rotate players taking shots. That's why it's called a scramble. That's why we have the Scramble 16. All right, enough of the knowledge. Let's drop it rock and roll. Green 3, up to the blue. We'll switch it over. So there's 2 color right there. Early to begin, but a lot of switching will compensate. Up to the non-4 from red. Red, of course, a guy that loves to finish in red. That game he technically used as a bridge to get to where he wanted to be. Here comes Nick. Let's see what he's got. He'll go up to the 7, and we're back to the Nom 4 from lane to Nom as we continue to ride and roll here, Yoshi. Thoroughly, they're just figuring out 15 cards. You got to go through every read, every progression. Here comes Red. He's taking a minute, but he'll just play a JT5. Talk about every read and progression. That's really what you got to do on a 15, 14, 13, even 12. You got 12 to 15, 11. You can even throw in an upper tier. There's progressions, there's reads, there's a lot of things you can do. You can play tricky, creative, get creative with your schematics. That's the beauty of 11 and 15. There's Yep, we'll set it. That's an easy read right there. We'll go from the water hazard to the old putting green, maybe into the fairway right now. Here comes red. He'll play it cool. Nick into the G6, popping balls in the ice. That was in the country club, but now we're on the golf course. Back on it. Second tee. Red goes with the second play in a sense on the green too. Just a lot of burden. Well, burn a lot of fairway right here, Yoshi. Tons of fairway. A lot of numbers. Nothing really on action. Just a lot of fairway here. And now we'll finally go into a potential sand. We're going to go undercut into the Allen. Now we saw Red win the series or win the game, and he'll play his +2. It's hard to get much out because Red just plays such a ghost strategy. Load it up, get it fired up. We saw Red do this a lot in his T3 run, but he's been doing this his whole career, just studying his tape. He likes to load and lock, and that's a ditto. That could be red switch. Now he'll stay cool into the red 7. Well, red zone territory, we're going to find out red 0 here from red. That's an interesting play right there, Yoshi, from red. Sometimes a 0 can lead to 2 things, a switch out or he could be low. Yeah, that's just okay. Nasty turnaround's fair play. Turnaround's fair play. Red had the monster in G1. Nick has the monster in G2. Turnaround is fair. There's nothing to say, Yoshi. That's just. I guess the only thing Nick I'd add for you is you did have a little bit of I guess an advantageous pull on the start with the three. Did that three help you a little bit? If that was any other number, could that have cost you maybe if that was a five instead? Do you think that three was just advantageous? Get the last read? I don't really have much to add. Can't say much there. Just a monster drive right from Nick in a sense. And on hole two, he gets the jet. Yeah, you switched off the three. If that was a five, would that have impacted you, or do you think that three at the start helped a little bit? The initial bot gave you the three. That gave you a little bit of a center read. Okay, thank you. Copy. Well, I think even if he, yeah, I don't even think that would have mattered. You got three numbers. No, I mean maybe if you power played, if you have to try to do, but okay. So still, I still got still a plus four off the initial get go, plus a skip sandwich right there. It's hard to beat, especially if all you got is numbers. You can't even power play. There's no power play in there. That's impossible. That's like one of the hardest ways to. Even if you played the red nine, you'd have to hope for a switch off and nothing. Sit and duck there. All right, well, we'll go to red. Red didn't work too much on the 15, but the 7 was a winner for you. What says you, buddy? No OG. What are we thinking? Moving along so far. Been playing 8 games really. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like this call from red. Go back to what you just won on. Even if it has to be a plan A or B win, try to limit the game. Because we all know Nick, when he gets the plan A to Z, runs the alphabet, you can start her up. Wow, here we go. He's usually lethal on that. But for red, if he can get those plan A, B wins, you got to limit the options. Nick's one of the best at the game when it comes to A to Z. Good starter for red. He gets a myth skip. He can go a lot of ways with this. Just like I said, runs in it. Goes many ways. He'll go for that red skip into the five. Very good play. Ooh, Nick gonna open up Pandora's a little earlier though, into the greens. Ooh, red, yeah, red aggressive on reverse skip meta, Yoshi. Go ahead. Yeah, he's erasing things left and right with reverse skip match trips, reverse skip meta. Every turn has been just reverse skip meta. Back to red. Back to red for red. It's the gangster, but Nick gets a double number. Does red have another one? Nah, not this time. Maybe. Maybe. It's top deck city. You got to remember, Red knows history. We talked about, and Nick unfortunately remembers this. Against GL, he would find every top deck. Well, this last tournament, he'd find every top deck, and it seems to be the thing. If you're going to find top decks, you have to undercut it. You got to be careful in the number choices. Let's see what Nick will do here. He's taking his time, and ooh, ho, ho, ho. The only difference here is Red has just been able to use the skip reverse meta to his advantage. He's going to play it cool here. Can Nick get a number to get out of that blue skip potentially? No, it's still open. It's dangerous to leave it open on that. There it is. Reverse skip. The read's there. Nick can't do it. Well, there's the top decks. It's continuing for Red. He's been able to get the flurry of decks, and he's got a 2 possession lead. Nick's going to have to respond. Here comes Red. He'll switch it over to yellow into the sand trap. It's on its Pandora's. It's just opened it. Yep. That opens up Pandora's. And we talked about this in this league. When Pandora's is open, anything goes with that last progression. Red goes a little bit down from his last play, one play down into the Y8. Taking his time, looking to load up on that card history, maybe. Do a little beefing up there. Wow, this is Nick, man. This is vintage Nick. He'll use the power play not to win the series, but to take advantage of the situation. Is this a quartet of plus twos or a double plus two? Here he comes. Looks for. Regardless, he's got the winner. Here he comes. Looking for the 2-1 lead. Double plus two. Is there a plus four in there? And it is a plus four. I just don't see why that's a bad call. That's a great call. You got six cards right there, plus another four. It's 10. Nick, I just think that's the right call, buddy. And you finished down the red with a little flex. Talk to me about that game, and great call on the power play. You got to use it. You can't give these people are too good. Any player is just too good to give 10 cards to. It makes sense. Talk to me about that. That was the first game I was actually playing A, B, C a little bit. Talk to me about that plus two skip draw. You felt confident on that. Did you want to get a little bit ahead in the possession era, or did you feel confident? Maybe because he was using the skip reverse meta a ton, he was going to switch into it because he's been using that skip reverse meta to begin with the game in that last game. Talk me through that. Red, a question to you, buddy. You were aggressive on the Uber skip. Go ahead, Red. What's up regarding the power play? Okay, go ahead. Solid. Well, you know what's funny? Think about this, Yoshi. If Red goes power play, then yellow 8, he wins the game. That's the difference in this league. That you can't blame the bot. That's a damn good hand. That's just timing, man. That's just instinct. If he goes power play yellow 8, runs it, that's 2-1 Red. Because he saved it, he'll have it for the back end of the series, but Nick's up to it. It's the micro margins in this league we talk about. Sometimes it ain't the bot. Sometimes it's just timing, and if you lose on a hand like that, it stings, right? It's hard to compartmentalize that, but at the same time, you have to take solace in at least the power play's gone, and you look forward to the next one. Felt like a switch off the skip would have been good for me. And I probably draw up. I don't use that power player. Yeah, that's a weasel. That's a weasel winner. You weasel your way out of that one. That's a big winner. That's a big momentum shift. She talked to me about. We've all been there. Last time you used power play early series. Yeah, I mean every T3 Final Four last year. Yeah, but everybody, you know what though, and we always talk about every series is just different though, right? Every series is just different. You can go back to last. You can go back to last round. Every series has a different feel. There's not unless you won in a game, maybe like a 9-minute series sweep, then okay, you'll be a little different. But if in a game like this where you got two top 15 guys, two guys that have been around the bush here, both have made finales this year as well. Let's keep that in mind. You know it's going to be high level Uno, and when you have that power play, that's sometimes the X factor. In that case, Red got burned. Talk me through that game and how he tries to bounce back, and toss me on Nick on a little intuition winning out there. Micro margins, man. We say it all the time. One red two, one red five, one card here, one card there, one card, one pack. That's the beauty of this when you get to the end of the season. Everybody's sharp, iron sharpen iron. Well, everyone's iron sharp now. It's just who's going to poke the iron at the end that can sometimes make the difference. We'll keep that in mind if we see a series go seven, that power play from Nick. But Nick lost his power play. It's still Red's call. Red keeps his power play for the rest of the series. Red, that 9 card special Joao Anomaly didn't work out. But you still have no seven, buddy. Free bo- Did he just deafen? Whoa. Gonna go for a little. Oh, gonna get a little Allen strategy. Got a little cussing going on. Oh god. Well, Allen cussing there. All right. Well, we talk about. We just mentioned. It's funny. We mentioned Allen. We mentioned Captain. Those are the guys that love that 5 card start. It's a good call. You gotta try. When you lose like that, you've got to try something different. Let's see what he can do. Yeah, Allen did win that T3 finale. Keep in mind though, that was a weird one in the sense that Allen did have the 1-0 in that finale, but this is a little different. 0-0 today. All right, here we go. Red zone. Here we go. We're in the red zone, just like that. Ooh, red juiced. But a zero is hard to switch on, so let's see. Nick saved it well. He's gonna try to go for the switch, Yoshi, if he can on the fours. If he always, I think, we've seen strange. That's risky as heck. That is risky as heck. There's the 5. Oh boy, got cookie crumbled right there, Red. Does he have anything? No. Allen, 9, and Nick gets it done. That's plan A. Gamble failed. There it is. You know, he tried a 3 iron for a shot that needed a 9 iron, man. That's what else is there to say? There's nothing to say. You gamble, you win some, you lose some. That's it. Cash your check, right? Almost. You can't cash it yet, but you can sign half the name on the check, right? Half the name. You got N-I. You still got to finish that. Well, I'm sure your real name is Nicholas, but okay, I'll go N-I-C-H, and you got to wait for that O-L-A-S. That's kind of how it is with a 5 card streak. You got half of it done, but you still got to wait for the O-L-A-S because we still have weird. We've seen weird things, Yoshi, but I don't really have much to say on that one. 47 seconds. Let's move forward. Nick, your call, buddy. No senders. Both 5 and 15 off. Nom's favorite start. Joel's favorite start. 9 gone. What are we thinking? JT likes that too. So he's going to go for the double OG to finish it off here. Let's see if he can do it, Yoshi. And we talked about this. The first time Red won, that was a best of 11. In a best of 7, it's a sprint. It's not a marathon. In a best of 11, you got time. Best of 13, you got time. Not anymore. Best of 7, it's a sprint. You got to go from the get go. Like that? Let's keep it rolling. Here comes Drought. He'll say good luck to both guys in 2 seconds. He'll drop that right here. And we'll get it rolling. That's a crazy one. Yes. Well, yeah, he could still take advantage of it if he's got some, maybe for double plays, but he's going to go for just a classic GA. He's going to go for this undercut early, switching. No power play for Nick, but a 3-1. What would you rather have? We saw this, who had a 3-1 comeback? I think it was, just trying to look at the last. I think we saw, Pro Art. There it is. Actually, Red would have to pull the Pro Art, try to. No, never mind, never mind. Never mind. That was Mihel was down 3-1, got to a game 7. So I don't know. It might have been. Yeah, we didn't have a 3-1 comeback last round. We see it in the lead, but obviously not last round. There's Red. I said the reverse skip meta. There it is. Red 9. There's the Allen 9 from Nick. We're gonna open up Pandora's. Red can't play his own card, but goes 1 up this time. Aggressive switching. Yeah, well, that's what you got to do. On a 13, 14, 15. There's just so many reads and progressions. You might as well switch. We're gonna see the ultimate switcher as we called it. I was just. Are you actually for real? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So just regular wild for the fans film. Yeah. Not. Oh, not so fast. Nick over to the four. We talked about it, though. Wrong number. You can play the wrong number, and boom, it's right back over. Is this a seven bagger? This would be something. This would be from way down. This would be from 250 yards on a par three for a hole in one right here. If he gets going, let's see. It's like the fringe. It's the fringe par three. It's usually 250 is the fringe. Or not 250. I'm sorry, 200. 250 is depending on the U.S. Open. Anyway, enough golf knowledge. Here comes Nick. This is from way downtown. Like I said, par three. He's going to try to go for the hole in one right here. Red one from Red to the ghost play, but Nick looking to end it right here. He knows a thing or two about this too. He knows he loves those double plays in a sense. Here he comes. Yeah, this is looking pretty big here, Yoshi. Unless it's just to get the check, and oh boy. If he crosses us up for just a red regular number, this guy, like this guy, the showman, right? Well, this little Vegas style show. Let's see. We'll see. I don't know. He's got some planned here. Let's see. KT style seven bagger. There it is. Game over. I know that one. I know that one well. Time up the run. It's all about just breath work on that, right, Nick? Just time it up. Make sure you don't screw it up. Get your commands in and just strike at the right moment. There's nothing you can do about that. I have nothing really on that one. Red, go ahead, Joshi. Thanks, boss. Oh man, another. You can think about it. It would have been tough, but if he got to, I know what he was trying to do. Because if he had the one right, he was thinking blue one. If Nick would have drawn there or something, then blue one. Then you probably would have tried. You probably would have tried something. But yeah, it just fell short. The bottom line is it just fell short, and I think ultimately though Yoshi Red's going to have to take blame on it for sure on the five card. That ultimate, there's two things he made a mistake on, and you can't fault him on the five, but he's going to look back like, man, I should have used that power play in game two, right? And that's what we talked about with Nick. He likes using it early. You rather have the lead. Nick, talk to me about that. Just the ebb and flow of this series. I think that game four though, when you got that five card start sprint win, and then the game two, it shifted momentum because if you think about it, if Red puts that power play on game three, then we're talking 2-1 his way, and then who knows, maybe that five card gamble goes the other way, right? So it's the micro margins. Talk to me about the win, and I believe you may play. Oh, another well, you got another one lined up, buddy. Nam or DJ. I can't believe that would be another game. I think that one would be a little bit less pressure if it's Nam or DJ, in a sense that if it's DJ, I think it's a little less pressure. I think you know how to play that style, but Nam would be a ridiculous game. It'd be another. Yeah, Nam is good. Nam good. DJ, I think he's just gonna he's gonna go off for broke. I think he'll be out of broke mindset. But I'm going for broke, nothing to lose. All right, no problem, Red. Thank you, Red. Your thoughts? Listen, 7-win season, buddy. It's a rookie year. We'll see what happens with the Super League contention. There's still players to play, but your thoughts on the season overall, regardless of what happens next. That's how the cookie crumbles, and he said that Game 3 was crucial. Won that off using the power play at the right time. No Sen was lucky, and that's how yeah, right hand color switches on Game 5. It's micro margins, folks. It's just one mistake, right? All it takes is one mistake to lose the series. And I don't think Red made a mistake. He just I'll deal with that later. Something going on behind the scene. I'll deal with that. Thank you for telling me that. Apart from that, T3, I got nothing going on in these tournaments. 5 tourneys. I wouldn't say it's disastrous, man. It's just that's just the way the cookie. 5 card. We talked about the bot. You can't fix the bot on 5. Can't even if we were playing in real life. You go 5. That's the risk you take. There's nothing you can do. It's 5 cards. You gotta take. I don't think the gamble is bad. It's just part of the game. It's part of Uno, and you want to take a gamble on 5. You gotta make it work. We understand. Captain, he'll always do 5, right? Allen sprinkles in. Those two guys they seem to figure that out, that package well. But 5 cards is always going to be a gamble and a half, and sometimes you want to take it, sometimes you're not. Anyway, Yoshi, any final thoughts, buddy? As I'll talk about the schedule and call it a day here for a little bit. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we'll see how things go with that. We'll have that game at 4. Like I said, Nick and We'll see if it happens. We got DJ playing said Nam at 4. The rest of the schedule after that, probably. This is an interesting one. The game after the 4 o'clock one. What is Stat Johnson going to do? Stack attack back on the table against Clay. We know Clay is a T5 merchant, but stack attack a little motivated. And then probably the game of the. We believe the game of the round. Brad and Lane. That's fortunately couldn't be streamed, but 9 o'clock. That will be an insane one. Lane Train is the ultimate guy in the bubble. We'll see what happens there. Ridley Gold, not much to play for Ridley. Gold trying to make a run, and then Andy Ari, it's season on the line for Andy. And at this rate, let's just call it like it is. Every game could be the last for Aria. Who knows with her schedule? So that's it for that. Try Yoshi tomorrow, and then we got Art and Goldie Pro Art, the next guy in the bubble. Will be playing at 7 tomorrow. He'll be enjoying a ride in the country potentially. As he has a sports car. But anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys at 4. Enjoy the rematch between Lamas and G before that. And we got Mark in background. It's a lot of ping pong now. A lot of table tennis. Nick won. We'll see what Mark does on the serve back. And then we got myself and Alan down the road throughout the week. Until then, it's been KT. It's been Yoshi. It's been Real Gents. Appreciate you out for repping. He's my golf cart driver. I'll make sure to pay him. I'll see you at 4 o'clock for Nam, DJ, and a fun time. Have a good one.